Children of Highway 1. There's a stretch of Highway 1 between Mount Tam and Stinson Beach that everyone warns you about. If you're driving after midnight, don't stop for the kids, they say. Just keep going. I didn't believe the stories. I thought it was just another urban legend. But that night changed everything. A few years ago, some friends and I decided to take a late night drive. The coast was always our go-to spot. Endless views, the sound of waves, and a perfect place to chill. We'd smoked a bit earlier, nothing too crazy, and we're laughing as the car wound along the dark curves of the highway. Then we saw them. At first, it was just a group of kids on the side of the road, playing near the guardrails. It seemed odd. They couldn't have been older than 8 or 9. What were they doing out there at that hour? We slowed down, thinking maybe they needed help. But as we got closer, the air in the car changed. It felt heavier, colder. The laughter died in our throats. The kids weren't playing. They were standing perfectly still, all of them facing the same direction, their backs to us. Their skin was pale, almost gray, and their clothes were weird, like something out of an old black and white movie. And then one of them turned around. Her eyes were pitch black. Not just her pupils, all black. No whites. Just 2 dark voids staring straight through us. My heart felt like it stopped. One by one, the others turned to face us, their expressions blank, lifeless. "Don't stop," I whispered. My voice barely came out. Our driver, Tony, didn't need convincing. He hit the gas, but as we passed them, the headlights flickered. For a split second, everything went dark. When the lights came back on, the road was empty. The kids were gone. We all breathed a shaky sigh of relief, laughing nervously, like we could joke it away. But the relief didn't last. A few minutes later, the car's engine sputtered and died. The headlights went out, leaving us in complete darkness. "Try starting it," someone shouted, their voice cracking. Tony turned the key again and again, but the engine just clicked. Nothing. Then we heard it. It started as a faint tapping on the roof. Top, top, top. "Is that rain?" Sarah asked from the back seat, her voice trembling. "No, y whisperat." The tapping grew louder, heavier, like small hands drumming against the metal. Then, from the darkness outside, a child's laughter rang out. Soft, eerie, too close. "Roll up the windows." I yelled, but they were already up. Suddenly, the laughter stopped. The tapping ceased. For a moment, it was dead silent. And then I saw them. The black-eyed kids were pressed against the windows, their faces inches from mine. Their mouths didn't move, but I swear I heard them whispering, "Stay with us." I screamed, and Tony must have found some miracle strength, because the engine roared to life. The headlights flickered back on, and the kids were gone. Just like that. We sped out of there, not saying a word until we hit the lights of the nearest town. I don't drive that stretch of Highway 1 anymore. I can't. And if you ever find yourself there after midnight, don't stop.